legally challenge what their governments are doing, as has happened in the Netherlands, as has happened in Canada, or those that are making the political demands at the same time. We have to keep on making those demands. And whilst we got an inkling of an idea from the Foreign Office that they might be about to take action on the licenses of arms to be delivered to Israel, they suddenly delayed that statement because, in quotes, they're concerned, close quotes, about the situation in the whole region, such as the impending stress with Iran and with Lebanon and with other countries in the region. Well, no, don't worry, it's their statement, not mine. Please don't. I admire your enthusiasm, but your accuracy is wrong. My friend. What I just want to say is this, that we have to keep on making that demand for an end to arms supplies to Israel and an end to security cooperation. Because that endless overflying of Gaza by the Royal Air Force, what is it for? Where's the information going? Who's it being sent to? And who is it supporting in what it's doing? If we're serious, and we are, about defending the Palestinian people and their rights to just survive, then it has to be an end to arms supplies to Israel now. And I just thinking, and I'll conclude with this, I was just thinking that try and imagine another country somewhere in the world, another country that has been found wanting under the Geneva Conventions about the requirements on occupying powers, that has been found wanting by the UN General Assembly, that has been found wanting by the United Nations Security Council, that has been found wanting by the International Criminal Court against its government and its leaders, has been found wanting by the International Court of Justice on a charge of acts of genocide against the Palestinian people. Wouldn't there be some kind of sanctions taken against any other government in the world that had had that string of accusations levelled and confirmed against it? And so we must use all the arguments we can, the legal arguments, the moral arguments, the arguments of decency and the arguments of peace, and just simply say this: if we carry on pouring arms into the conflict, we carry on not achieving a ceasefire, more and more Palestinian lives will be lost, more and more money will be made out of the arms trade, and another war will break out, be it with Yemen, with Lebanon, with Iran, or whoever else, and the situation will get worse and worse and worse. So we have to do all that we can. That means marching, that means meeting, that means demonstrating, and that means mobilising large numbers of people. And we've been doing that with great success. What I would also say is marches, and there have now been 14 of them, national marches, and hundreds local events all over the country. Well done PSC, Stop the War, CND, and everybody else. But that unity that's come together of those hundreds of thousands of people all over the country are also the same people who are the backbone of the anti-racist campaign in our society, because they link together the issues of Islamophobia and racism within our society and bring all communities together as we are here tonight. So our message to our government over there, our message to the Israeli government, and our message to the arms manufacturers is: we are not disappearing, we were on your case, and we will keep on and on making demand. Ceasefire now, cease the arms supplies to Israel, justice for the Palestinian people.
Thanks very much indeed, Jeremy. Thank you for everything that you do. And now, friends, let's give a big welcome to our final speaker, to Ben Jammel from the Palestine Solidarity Campaign.
Thank you, friends. Friends, let's remember again why we are here. These are the words of a survivor of the Al Tabeen massacre. There were pieces of men, women and children lying in front of me, heads separated from bodies, hands and legs all over, the worst was the man who was on fire, running and screaming. We ran over to him and we put out the fire. He had burns all over his body to a massive degree. There is more, but I will not read anymore. Friends, if you do not feel horror and overwhelming pain at hearing those words and seeing the images we all saw on Saturday, then you have ceased to function as a human being. If you do not feel rage when you hear those words and see those images, then you have ceased to function as a human being. And if as David Lammy did, you can issue a statement in the aftermath of that horror that blames Hamas for endangering civilians, calls upon Israel to abide by international law, but does not condemn it for that vile act of barbarity and does not call for sanctions, then you have lost your moral compass and all vestiges of humanity. On Saturday, our dear brother, Ghassan Abu Shika, posted this question to the world. When, he said, when will the killing stop? When will the world have had enough of our blood? So friends, we must feel deep sorrow, we must feel deep rage, but we have the responsibility of channeling that rage into action. We have to hold on to these lessons from history, that there are two things that bring an end to evil regimes. Firstly, the resistance of the oppressed people, and secondly, the pressure exerted externally on that regime. So our role in that process is to create mass pressure on our government, public bodies, companies and corporations without whose support Israel could not sustain its system of oppression. That was the message, friends. That was the message that Ghassan Abu Shika, in the midst of his deep sorrow, delivered to the conference we organised on Saturday, at which over 400 activists came together to plan the next stages of a mass campaign of boycott and divestment. So friends, on Saturday, August the 31st, we will be launching actions across the country with protests outside council offices, calling upon them to end all of their investment in companies supporting Israel's genocide. We are working alongside students who are planning the next stages of their divestment campaigns, calling on their universities to divest, and we are continuing to target Barclays Bank. And friends, these campaigns are already bringing victories. Just in the past 4 weeks, King's College became the first London university to divest from companies supplying arms to Israel. After a long campaign by students, we salute those students. Walton Forest Council has announced that its pension fund will divest from complicit companies after a long campaign by local activists. We salute those activists. Islington Council has announced it will drop its contract with Barclays Bank. We salute those who campaigned for that victory. And on the heels of that victory last week came news that the university superannuation scheme, Britain's largest private pension scheme, has dropped £80 million of Israeli assets after a sustained campaign by UCU members. We salute them. And finally, friends, on Friday came news that Twickenham, the headquarters of English rugby, that well-known bastion of progressive values, has announced they will no longer play host to an arms fair they have hosted every year for the past 6 years. We salute those who campaign for that victory. So please join us on August the 31st. Please be back here when we march again for the 18th time on September the 7th. Friends, we do not stop. We cannot stop. We will not stop. We never stop until Israel's ability to commit massacre after massacre is ended, until the occupation is ended, until the entire system of apartheid is dismantled, until every Palestinian from the river to the sea is finally free. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Thank you. Free, free! Palestine! 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 From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the sea to the river! Palestine will live forever! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the sea to the river! Palestine will live forever! From the sea to the river! Palestine will live forever! And even louder! Free! Free! Palestine! 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 1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more! 5, 6, 7, 8! Israel is a terrorist state! 1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more! 5, 6, 7, 8! Israel is a terrorist state! 1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more! 5, 6, 7, 8! Israel is a terrorist state! 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 From London to Palestine! From London to Palestine! Occupation is a crime! 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 And louder for the Keir Starmer and Downing Street, for our MPs in Parliament and all our elected representatives in Whitehall, in Westminster can hear. We will not go away until we see a free Palestine, until we see freedom from the river to the sea and justice for the Palestinian people. That means an end to the occupation, a right to return, an end to violence, and justice for those who were expelled in the Nakba and continue to face torture and persecution by Israel. Free! Free! Palestine! 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 Solidarity, brothers and sisters, stay united! Give yourself a big round of applause! Thank you, our team. Thank you, everybody, for coming along this evening, showing your continued unwavering support and solidarity for the Palestinian people. And please do everything you can for that cause and to mobilise again in your hundreds of thousands in London on September the 7th. Thank you and safe journey home.
Jessica? Are you coming back? Are you staying in London? Are you good to go back?
They don't need